And again, there's a time delay in this camera. Okay, so my name is Omar Abasad. It's Friday, November 23rd, 2018 at 7:55 p.m. in Toronto. So I just walked in from work, and there's a time delay in this camera that is doing very strange things. Anyway, so I'm going to just continue talking because I'm sure my face is frozen. So and I should just mention that every time it freezes, I'm getting a pulse of pain on my stomach. So it seems to be synchronized that way. So I'm just gonna keep on talking here. Um, so I tweeted a bunch of tweets on the way home, and on the way home I was updated about meetings that's held about me because it is a terror campaign. So there are several meetings that's been held in the past. And what happens is, as I said in other videos, there is a team, and there is one in my workplace that is getting feedback from everybody who comes in contact with me, and everybody has an opinion. And they discuss it, and my desk is broadcasted because I'm being experimented on. And there seem to be people remotely looking in as well. So there are some names that's being called. So these people, they rate you and they give you a pass or not. So I was updated that STIP got an order to remove and a judge signed it. And I have to be removed because for the public good. So why is that? If it's true, why is that? So I'm supposed to be mentally unstable at the moment because that's what was voted on. So let me just describe how that was arrived at, too, I should say. So did I say that right? Arrived at is correct. Anyway, so there is, like I said, there is harassment in the workplace because information is being released about me based on previous reports that was made about me in the workplace. And it's constant. It's constant. So the experiment that's being carried out is harass Oma based on the last reports and put her through tests and see how she reacts. So these are horrendous remarks and comments about my sexuality, about effing myself, masturbation, having lots of men in my life, picking up men all over the place. So it's all sexually related. So it's very, very, very stressful. And so to deal with that, I just, as I said before, I just type things out. I type my reaction. I type however I feel, and I don't really care about the spelling. I just type, and then I carry on with my work. It's been really, really bad today. I believe somebody contract ended, and the contract changed hands. Now there are two people on the entrance in the building, and they were using the residence entrance rather than the visitors entrance. And I tried to tell them to go to the visitors entrance, and he got on the phone and he said, "We are back to basics on this one. Stanislaus took it. It's global." So whether he was, I don't know what he was talking about, but it seemed to be consistent with this community targeting program, and Stanislaus is the person who's taking over the monitoring. So I think Stanislaus had it before when it went global. So we have a bunch of European people because I believe Stanislaus is Russian. It's a Russian name. I don't know who he is. So anyway, there's a lot of white guys following me around, being reporters. So this is becoming so repetitive that you can almost predict every move these stalkers make and the setups and the frames that they're trying to to put into place to entrap me, basically. because they are working with the cops. So this is what happened at work today, and I didn't say anything to anybody. I don't verbalize as I'm doing right now. Of course, I don't stalk anybody. I haven't stolen anything. If anybody's saying this is a lie, there's nothing there to steal. Pencils, erasers, these are things that you don't steal. You get it for $2 at Dollarama, and I said this before because I heard the comment in other places that I steal. There's no stealing. Anyway, so it's so repetitive, it's almost boring, and I had to say this oh so many times. Every job I go to, it's the same thing. It's been this way since I worked with Badr Nizar at Triavest. And he took me out of the system, I heard, and started this reporting. He set it up. And I believe he was practicing public shaming, which is in sync with Sharia law, because he is Muslim. So this is an ongoing thing. So I'm being driven out of the workplace because apparently the person in the workplace doesn't have the contract, so he has to take orders from somebody else. So the person who is in charge, the manager, tells the public what to do and what to say. For instance, treat her with disrespect her. Don't show her any respect. Treat her like an animal. And this is exactly what happens. So the person whose name is on the account is responsible for that, for telling people how to treat the target, in this case me. So they're defaming me. They're by spreading the rumors of the contents of the report. They are putting my life in danger. They're stalking me. They're harassing me. And the list of crimes go on and on, but it's still going on, and the cops are still flagging and taking part in this program, which is really, at this point, it's an attempted murder program. This is where it's at right now. Attempted murder and a conspiracy to rape, because the men are following me around talking about we will rape you, especially black men, who Rick is talking to, I heard. There's a website and there is remarks, comments, and so on that's uploaded, and people access it, as well as my whereabouts. I'm being gang tracked and gang stalked. So right now I'm getting pulses of pain on my leg, and I believe the person who is in the loading dock at night is a stalker. He's there because he's carrying on a noise campaign. And these noise campaign, these knocks, that's part of the noise campaign, is in sync with activities inside my home at 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning. That's how I know that he is part of the targeting program. So anyway, the pains in my chest has gone away. Now there is pain in the lower back around the kidney area, and also on the upper stomach, around the stomach, middle stomach area. So these are the areas that's tagged. So I just wanted to put my face on this video. I heard Ranty has a license as a prostitute or an escort. Of course, this makes, if this is true, this makes Ranty a pimp. And if she's after me and she's following me around, she's stalking me. If she ever shows up at my door, I'll be calling the cops because she is stalking me. She tried to solicit me and she tried to arrange meetings with me, and I refused. This is years ago, 2016, 17 or so. Can't remember exactly the date, but I think I did a YouTube video because I was very suspicious of why she would do what she did. And of course I refused, and there has been no contact with her or any member of her family. I don't know her family. I just know, in fact, the meeting was so brief, even though she gave me a ride, like a 3-minute ride, because it was it was a very snowy day, and there was 3 inches or 4 inches of snow in a somewhat isolated area. She gave me a 3-minute ride to the bus stop. So that's all the contact I had with her. I can't even remember her face. I mean, if she would have passed me in the street, I'd probably pass her by, because I don't even remember what she looks like, except for the fact that she's black. Anyway, I'll stop there. Talk to you another time.